The following program is intended for mature audiences. And welcome to the Cosmic Disasters Show, everyone. I'm Tommy D. And we have got an incredible episode for you this week. I am super excited. So first things first, let's go around the room and say hello to everyone. Starting off, it's Jay Quellen.
Hello.
All right. Also going around, we've got Mr. Deacon. Oops, wrong button. Hold on. Wait.
Oh.
Wait, no, that's Chris Fury.
Agents, thank you for coming on.
Agent Chris Fury. All right. Let's see. We already had Jay Quellen. Nope, that's not labeled. Wait, there's Mr. Deacon right there.
Wow, I'm getting all kinds of disrespected tonight.
AKA the Black Piccolo.
Black Piccolo is in the building.
All right. And last but certainly not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Daddy Louie.
That's Dr. Horrible.
Dr.
PhD
Horrible.
in horribleness.
Outstanding. All right, folks, welcome to the show. It is, if you, in case you didn't notice, it is our Halloween episode. So go around and who's dressed as what? Jay Quellen. Who are you supposed to be?
I'm hipster Ariel.
Hipster Ariel.
I want to be where the people are.
Wow. Okay.
What?
No, that's fine. You know what? That works. That works. That's okay.
I'm cash human Ariel.
Was that before or after she
Totally.
turned to Seafoam and had to haunt the
We're
Earth
not
for 200
talking
years?
about that. We're talking about Disney.
I got you.
We're
Okay.
talking about that.
All right. So, Chris, do we need to ask whom you happen to be?
If you do, then so be it. But I am Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
And if this is the best that Deadpool had to offer my team, then my God. Help us
Wow.
all.
All right, and I think Daddy Louie has already identified himself. He is Kirk Cameron as someone? What is...
What?
No?
Cameron.
What? I'm Dr. Horrible.
Maybe it's the hair.
Neil
PhD
Patrick
in
Harris.
horribleness.
Is that what that is?
Horrible.
Horrible? It is
Yeah,
horrible.
horrible.
And Mr. Deacon.
Shut up.
Mr. Deacon.
sir.
What
Yes, sir.
the
I am the African-American version of Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z.
I got you.
That's the best I can do.
All right, no, you're fine. You're good. And I didn't have
You're
time to get a costume
dog.
together, so I just decided to yeah. Yeah. This is what you get.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it is what it is. All right, so we've got a lot to talk about, and my arm is getting tired. That's what she said. Oh, it's going to be a rough show. Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween, All Hallows Eve. It is the eve, the night before Halloween. And so first things first, we are going to talk about our contest to win a beautiful Mandalorian helmet, which is over there somewhere. But y'all know it. I'll get it. Hold on a second.
I mean, if you're watching the show, we hope you know what a Mandalorian helmet looks like.
And if you don't, you
Only
need to
this
watch
one
Disney
is
Plus to
not
get on
painted.
it.
This one's not painted, and it's not.
Yes.
I don't-
So here's the Mandalorian helmet that we've got for you. And it is, of course, courtesy of our good friends over at Imperial Surplus, imperialsurplus.com. Check them out. This is a raw cast of a Death Watch helmet from the Clone Wars animated series. But what's going to happen is if you are the winner, we are going to paint this helmet for you. And by we, I mean me. We're going to paint up that helmet, and I need to get the Facebook Live window in there. I was wondering what was going on.
So Tony just said, Anthony just called you a knockoff Triumph.
A knockoff
Triumph.
Triumph.
Can you give us a for me to poop on?
Wow.
Your best for me to poop on.
A knockoff
best.
Triumph. That
Me to poop on.
that kind of hurts my
For
heart.
me to poop
Do you remember when he
on.
went? Do you remember when he went to? Was it episode 1 or episode 2? Like the Star Wars. Like everybody was waiting in line to go see the new Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Triumph the comic dog went around. Do you remember that? It was so funny at the time. I don't know if it still holds up. I'm gonna have to watch that after the show.
I don't think it holds up anymore. I think that's just you.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Remember laughing.
All right, so there we go. There we go. Now we've got our chat in there, and yeah, that'll work. I think this is just
They're already asking about spoilers because Anthony
Spoilers.
hasn't watched the show yet. He's watching it right after he watches us. We're the priority over Mandalorian. Isn't that so cute?
well. That's a beautiful thing. I appreciate that. All right, so the helmet contest. Basically, how this works is we are going to be dropping what we call a safe word. Every week, we've got a brand new word for you, and that word is going to you're going to put those words together, and it's going to create the phrase that pays. And that phrase is going to be a quote from a movie. And then that movie, I got my Schwartz twisted. And then that movie, we're going to watch it. So if you can identify the movie, the quote should lead you to the film, of course. And then you win. And that's it. That's
but there's
that's
a
how it works.
there's a new take on winning, right?
Yes, there is. Louis, would you like to explain that while I figure out where I'm at?
We had a really great suggestion from one of our viewers or on the YouTube channel, and they brought up a very good point that some people cannot watch us live, and those individuals that cannot watch us live would still like a chance to win. So what we are going to do is create a entry window. You still email us the phrase that pays, but you do not have to be the first. You just have to email us within that window. And if you do, your name will get into a hat. We will have a live drawing, and we will draw a name from said hat or helmet, and you will then be declared the winner from there. So you don't necessarily have to watch us live in order to looking at the puppet, in order to have an entry. So yes, that is the new rule.
Yes.
This is the never-ending story.
I knew it.
Yeah.
We had
Every
that one
time I
enough
talk.
last week. Every time you talk.
No, it's fine. Yeah, so that's what's going on with the contest. And what else do we have going on this week? We've got your con survival guide. So when it's time to go back to conventions, Chris Fury's got your survival guide for that. We've got your Geek of the Week. We've got some Nerd Rage for you tonight and all kinds of other fun stuff. So please stay tuned. Stick around for that. But first, let's jump in to something that you may have missed. It's This Week in the Nerdiverse.
Does the never-ending story switch everything around?
Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. All right. So, Daddy Louie, take it away. Who's got the first story?
Chris is up first.
All right.
Okay, so
Of course.
Chris, do it.
I'll go up first. So it's been brought to our attention that Oscar Isaac, who has been last seen as Poe Dameron for the Star Wars series, has been cast as Marvel's Moon Knight for the Hulu series, or I'm sorry, Disney Plus series. For those who don't know, Moon Knight is a character by the name of Mark Spector who was injured, and he was presented with the powers of the Moon God by the Moon God Khonshu, and he is a Batman-esque type character. So look out for that. There's more details coming on that, and following on that is Mohamed Diab will also be the director for that series. So and Jeremy Slater will also serve as the showrunner. Jeremy Slater was the last showrunner on the Netflix series The Umbrella Academy. So there's that, and on to Louis.
Thanks, Chris. So this week in the Nerdiverse, Netflix announced that the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Part 4 or Season 4 will release on Thursday, December 31st. That will be all of the episodes released all at once. However, it's not good news for Sabrina fans because earlier this year it was announced that this will be the final season or the final part of the series. According to showrunner Ross Lynch, who plays Harvey, they probably would have had at least one more season or part after Part 4. However, COVID threw a huge wrench in all of those plans. So if you are a Chilling Adventures of Sabrina fan, make sure that you look out for that on December 31st. Chris?
And on the back end of another Netflix series, a live adaptation of Ubisoft's long-running series, Assassin's Creed, will now get a live-action series. And while the details are still coming out about that, I do believe that after the success of The Witcher starring Henry Cavill, that Netflix may be wanting to try something more in the realm of series adaptations from video games. So this is also another leg where they will also be delving into a Assassin's Creed animation cartoon as well. So still looking out for that. There will still be more details coming. They're still looking for a showrunner as well. So that's what you might have missed this week. Louis?
Yeah. So one of the most anticipated games maybe ever, Cyberpunk 2077, has been delayed again. This game is coming from CD Projekt Red, who of course is extremely tied to the Witcher series as well. This game was originally supposed to release on April 16th, was delayed to September 17th due to COVID, then November 19th, and now has been pushed to December 10th. The senior game designer yesterday went to Twitter and asked people to stop sending the company death threats. They've actually been getting death threats from gamers who are distraught about the fact that this game has been delayed so many times. And now other games have been delayed because of this final delay, because they don't want to compete with Cyberpunk 2077's release on December 10th. So some people think that this is just a social experiment. You know, how long can it take for a game to come out and people to still be excited about it? But if you want to get your hands on Cyberpunk 2077, well, you'll just have to wait a little bit longer. And that's what you missed this week in the Nerdyverse.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And why is Imperial Surplus still? All right, there we go. Very nice. So, do you think it's going to be good? I mean, I love Cyberpunk stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, honestly. I think, you know, with COVID and everything happening, the initial delay, and then the announcement of the new Xbox and the new PlayStation, they're releasing this on 9 systems.
Right.
So it's going to be released on, you know, PS4, or I'm sorry, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PC, everything, right? So I don't know. We'll have to wait. The graphics look great, but
they do look great.
The graphics look fantastic.
They do.
The fact that Keanu Reeves is, you know, in this thing and he's also helped pushing it, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think...
I don't think it's worth death threats to the developer.
Exactly.
No, no, it's not. It's not at all.
Extreme.
Yeah. Tony said people need to calm the hell down.
No, and they will. And they will. But I think that by the time it does come out, because we haven't had a good Cyberpunk game that I can recall. I mean, really ever. I mean, it's been. I mean, Shadowrun. I don't know if you guys remember Shadowrun at all. Shadowrun was a really, really cool RPG.
Yeah.
Probably.
Is there a video game for that?
Yeah, there was actually. There's it's not great, but I mean it's there. So it was it wasn't bad. Let's go. Let's
do the Geek of the Week.
Let's do Geek of the Week, shall we?
Have any of you heard about a TV show called Lovecraft Country? Well, if you didn't know, Misha Green is the amazing woman running it. Prior to developing this hot 2020 series based on Matt Ruff's novel by the same name, she developed, wrote, and produced another historical drama called Underground. She was only 25 years old when she started writing for shows like Sons of Anarchy and Heroes. We can't wait to see what's up next for this incredible lady, and according to IMDb, it looks like she has about 6 more projects in development as we speak. To quote her website, mishagreen.com, which is only one page, by the way, we're all liars. All of us writers, us storytellers. But it's all those lies that help us find the truth.
Very true. All of that is true. That's good stuff. And now I can't hear anybody. Hold on. Yeah, I can't hear anybody. You guys there?
We're talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're here.
All right, I got you.
We weren't talking.
Okay, good. That's probably why I couldn't hear anybody. Jeez.
You told
We're
us to
respecting my beautiful produced Geek of the Week piece.
stop. That was great.
Thank you.
It was a good piece.
Yeah, it really was. There's talks of Misha Green wanting to do a remake, maybe a reboot of it as a series.
Yep.
So
As a TV series.
Yeah,
Just
as a
to do
TV series.
And we had enough of that. Of that, I just can't deal with it.
An interview with
this
a vampire.
an interview with Batman. Well, these as far as it, they were saying that it would delve more into almost like the origin.
Which is something that I've always been curious about,
Right.
actually,
The
because they
origin,
don't really
almost
talk about that.
Right.
How
The
did the
origin of
clown get in-
Pennywise.
How did the clown get in the sewer and all that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, very cool. This is a great show, guys. I mean, this is
I'm into it.
all right. So, what is our big story this week? I thought we've got a couple things going on, right? But I thought
it seemed like it came down the pipe quite quickly, actually.
it did. So I think we're talking about our big story today. So we've got a big story, and then our nerd rage coming up. So stay tuned for that. But our big story is the wedding, right? This wedding of the century,
Or is it?
or is it?
Yes.
Go ahead,
So
Chris.
this
You're the
talk-
comic book. You're the comic book
Okay.
guy. I was just trying to set you
So-
up.
Oh, okay. Well, so in the Injustice comics, Harley and Poison Ivy are now married. This is something that has been hinted at for quite some time. Even if you see the Harley Quinn animation on DC Universe, which it will now be on HBO Max in its following season, that there was a moment where the two kissed. So there, even in the 90s during the Batman animated series, there was an episode where they kind of have this relationship, so to speak. So it was always hinted at, and now in the Injustice series, which means it's not in the regular DC Universe run. It's
Right.
just
So
in
it's not canon.
yeah, it's not canon. So I think this is just something they want to get started, because it's just like, let's quit dancing around the issue and just make it happen. Just allow it to happen. And they can get away with it in the Injustice series. And I'm just like, hey, I'm all for it. Whatever works. You know, people like Harley. She's the it girl. People always loved Ivy. So let's make it. Hey,
You know, Chris, you don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I mean, it's not that for me. I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's push it. It's not really pushing an envelope for me. I'm just like, okay.
It makes
I
sense.
seen the right. Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense
for
especially for the development of Harley, because DC has been trying to push Harley as more of an independent character, separated from Joker. We talked about this a lot in last week's episode. Because of the terrible relationship that Harley and Joker had or have had throughout their history together, DC has been kind of pushing Harley to be her own independent character and to separate herself and become an empowered woman, as opposed to, a pawn in Joker's game. So, and the person that's been by her side the longest in that journey has been Ivy. So the fact of the matter, seeing them together, it makes a lot of sense for the character. And for those that don't know, the Injustice series, if you haven't looked at it, is really, really stinking cool. It was originally created as a video game story for NetherRealm Studios, who created a video game, a fighting game, Injustice. And in that universe, Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois, and Superman snaps. And he basically becomes
Brightburn.
You know.
Oh no.
Planet dictator, pretty much.
Yeah, he does.
And that's the Injustice series in a nutshell, really. So it's a cool series if you haven't seen it. The game, there's been 2 games where the story has lived out, and then the comic itself has grown into a much more larger entity, and it really is
a good story. It's almost like an Elseworlds story, and it's fleshed out on its own. It's grown legs on its own, and it's done a great job in doing so. So, like I said, you know how Deacon, you were just saying that I don't seem too enthusiastic. Like, I'm enthused. It's just I seen the writing on the wall. It was just a matter of when.
That's what everything is leading to.
I mean, this wasn't like a big shock, I guess, is probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So
now,
Brent,
had they said if they said it was in the regular universe, that would be a different story.
Right.
Yeah. Brent, one of our viewers, said, but the psychology of Harley being obsessed with the Joker and is now marrying Ivy, he said it doesn't really make any sense. What do you think about that?
In the psychology sense of it all, you could say that. I mean, like you could say that. You know, it's a double-sided coin, and I don't mean.
I guess it depends on what version of Harley you're getting.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Is she just a rebound?
She's a nut job.
Well, see, even in the animation, even in the animated series of Harley Quinn, you get that feeling like, okay, is this whole thing with Ivy a bit of a rebound thing? Because they deal with her trying to separate herself from Joker, and then finally finding her own identity and dealing with some things, and then
maybe
so
she realized the toxicity of the relationship and moved on to something a little healthier.
Yes. Because
they're
even
still both villains, and
she's going plant-based. Okay,
she's going plant-based. She's gone vegan, people.
So no more meat in her diet. She's just going just vegan. All right. So let us know what you think. Let us know. Just shoot us an email if you're watching this on YouTube. Leave a comment down in the comments. And let us know what you think. Is Harley finally going vegan? She's done eating meat. What do you think about this whole marriage? Is it necessary? Is it just social commentary? Is it art imitating life? What do you think it is? Let us know down there in the comments. But we're gonna move on because it's time for Nerd Rage. Oh!
That was a very Kermit the Frog scream. I liked it.
Hey ho, this is Kermit the Frog. No, that's
You're not a frog.
No, I'm a dog. There's a difference there, sweetheart. Anyway, so we were going to do a very poignant and important and kind of a real nerd rage, but we'll get to that some other time.
Real stuff's there all the time.
Real stuff's always there.
Yeah. We don't want to get bogged down with real stuff tonight.
No, and I just got a thing. It says the live video has been interrupted. The broadcast has been paused for what I guess our stream health is not very healthy. Anywho.
You need to drink more water. For your stream.
Always technical difficulties, right?
Dehydrated.
That's always our special guest. Technical difficulties is always our special guest here on the show. Anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin is out. It dropped. We talked about this a little while ago. We were all very excited, and we all had our predictions on who the Last Ronin might be. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, it takes place in a very dystopian, post-apocalyptic type future where 3 out of the 4 turtles are dead. I imagine Splinter is dead as well. I can't imagine his old crusty ass running around still alive. He's dead, and there is only one turtle left to avenge them all. Turtle, am I not turtly enough for you? Turtle. Anyway, so everyone had this prediction. Everyone was, which turtle is it going to be? Which one's it going to be? And a lot of people, they called it. It turns out that it's, spoiler alert. I don't have the button yet. Spoiler alert. It's Michelangelo. So that was revealed in issue 1 of this series
Manga.
of the right
It was quite early.
quite early. Why? I don't understand it. That was a huge missed opportunity because now I wanted to get the series because it was supposed to be a limited run. It wasn't supposed to be like an ongoing series. It was going to be a limited.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 issues.
Yeah, something like that.
Why do you feel like it's a missed opportunity?
Well, I'm like Tommy on this one. I would have loved it if it's a 5-issue run, reveal it by issue 3.
Right.
If it was a 10-issue run, reveal it by issue
7,
5 or 6. Yeah, or
7.
Give us some build up because see now you're just like, oh, I got the issue where the first issue of Ronin, the last Ronin, and
Right,
it's
there's no
Michelangelo.
reason to keep reading.
Right. I don't want to read it now.
Nah, wait. I mean, these guys are pretty creative, and maybe something might, like you were saying, Krusty Splinter might show up. You never know. I mean, I'm sure they got it.
I mean, that's fine.
What if they have like a big story developed for now that there's like a whole series? What if it's, like,
Bored.
really
Because
awesome?
they sold us for months and months and months.
Who's it going to
They
be?
sold us on who's it gonna
Who's the
be.
last Ronin?
Now
Who
we
is it?
know,
And now you
but
know.
there was nothing else in the issue.
Besides
that made
April
you-
O'Neil being alive.
Right. And April and April looks busted. April looks
Dude, doesn't
weathered. She looks rough. She looks like Linda Hamilton's stunt double from the new Terminator movie. Like, holy shit. She is just beat the fuck up. But the newspaper industry is not what it used to be. So I suppose, that's what happens to you. But
Remember we were watching the 11 o'clock news the other night and we were like, oh.
yeah, that lady looked like a vampire. That anchor, she looked like a fucking vampire. That's why she's doing the nighttime news.
April went to the 11 o'clock news.
Yikes. No. She's like the late shift on fucking CNN. Yikes. She's just, no.
She's the weekend crew now.
She was rode hard, put away wet. That poor gal. But
Ouch.
so all right, it's a 5-issue series, right? 5 issues. So issues 1 and 2, we're following the Ronin, on his quest for vengeance. Issue 3, he gets his ass fucking busted, beat up, and then April comes through. Then we get the reveal that it's Mikey. And then now it's like, oh my gosh, it's Mikey, it's Michelangelo. So that's at the end of issue 3. Then in issue 4,
you're already invested in the story.
Right, exactly.
You've read 3 issues. You're
Right.
invested. Now
So
you
now-
want to see what Mikey's gonna do.
Exactly. So now in issue 4, the gang is back together. Mikey's there, and April and her busted ass is there, and there was somebody else there who's named Casey. So maybe Casey Jones, right? So
It was a different Casey, but it was a throw at Casey Jones.
right. So maybe it's his kid. Maybe it's Casey and April's kid. Who knows? But so there, and then there, April, in episode issue 4. So now the gang is together. They're back, and they're able to like kind of process what's going on. Maybe do a little flashback. Just kind of tie the story up, and then in the final issue, we get the payoff. We get the big battle. We get the vengeance, and then maybe Mikey dies at the end. I mean, who knows? But now it's like, who gives a shit?
Can I say something horrible? Does this
Dr.
mean
Horrible.
that maybe these nerds don't know anything about foreplay?
What?
They blew it too quickly.
They did.
Jeez.
They did. They blew the load too quickly. So
I didn't say this on live. Oh my gosh.
They blew
Wow.
the comic load.
It's true though. Like I mean,
quickly.
issue
It is.
1 should have been all about the psyche, the
Yeah,
psychological,
you need to build it up a little.
what he's going through. I mean, because that's the point of this story, right? Is that forever
Because this buildup has been
since
going on
their
for months now.
Yeah, since their creation, it's always been the 4 brothers.
exactly.
Always. And
How
now
about
3 of
this?
them are dead. That's got to have some type of messed up psychological trauma on poor Mikey. And you could have done, a few issues of just that trauma and that turmoil of seeing what he's going through
Well, and
before he gets his ass
and
kicked.
Mikey, he was the most innocent of the bunch. So I mean, it was
Right.
he was kind of the
considered the
obvious
youngest.
choice. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was kind of the obvious
fun
choice.
guy.
I really kind of wanted it to be Leonardo, but I can see why it wasn't him, because he's always carrying that burden. He's always carrying, the weight of leadership and taking care of the brothers and all of that. And Mikey's always been the innocent. I knew it wasn't going to be Donatello. I think he probably, because he already died in the comic books once. Because he's the science guy. He's the tech dude. He's just, he's a great fighter, but he's got a bow staff. I mean, come on.
Greatest of the fighters.
He
can hold his own.
Yeah, he can hold his own.
That
I guess
would have been better with Raphael, huh? Maybe Raphael.
It would have been with Raphael. It would have been way too obvious because he already does the dark and brooding.
Yeah, he's a
loner type. He already does it, so it only made sense for it to be Mikey.
But and then Raph is the one. He'd sacrifice himself. He would just fucking go, balls out, hardcore. Do turtles have balls? Do they have balls? I don't know. But anyway, he would have gone. He would have gone turtly balls out, and just went head first into the fray. Die. He may have died first, and then maybe Donnie and Leo would have helped out. Mike probably got knocked out at some point, but now I'm sure what they're going to do is they're going to do some flashbacks, to how the other turtles met their end. I'm sure we'll see that. So that is a reason to keep reading. But to be totally honest, I'll get it in the wiki. Now I have no interest.
Wait for the trade paperback.
Yeah.
They're all together.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm making a really random connection. Did any of you guys watch Charmed?
Oh God, yeah. I love Charmed.
So do you remember? I love Charmed. Do you remember the episode where the sisters were like inflicted with the 7 deadly sins and Piper got pride?
Yeah.
And she was like saving everybody and like it was the best one to get, but also how do you defeat that? Right. So when you were talking about, was it Raphael would just, of course, he would sacrifice himself to
of course.
It was just reminding me of Piper, like
it makes
with
there's so
pride,
many,
and she's just like, I'm just gonna.
But can we talk about Phoebe for a moment?
Sure, she had lust, right?
Yeah, she did. Can we just talk about Phoebe for a moment? I mean, it's got nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, but can we just,
even when she was young, like,
can we just talk about Phoebe
was
for a moment?
adorable as Samantha.
Well, I don't want to talk about Samantha because I'm already a little bit cringy because I
had a crush on Phoebe too. Don't worry.
Wasn't there only 3 girls?
No, there was 4.
There was 3, but then a 4th one shows up.
Yeah.
Shannon Doherty died.
Yeah, her character died, and then Rose McGowan.
Rose McGowan.
Oh.
Yeah. They got rid of
Am I the only person who hasn't seen this show?
Oh, Louis, it was
It's so good.
It was 90s, like it was primetime porn. I mean, it was just and especially once Rose McGowan got on there, Rose McGowan and Alyssa Milano. Oh, good Lord.
Alyssa Milano, like by far.
Oh, by far. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about that. But Rose, at that time, now Rose looks like April O'Neil from the comics. But at the time, Rose McGowan was the shit.
But
What?
she was dating like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I know. I know she's damaged goods. I mean,
she got accused of that. She got
It was a
accused
crazy
of
high.
dating that dude.
yeah, he made her wear the meat helmet. I don't know if you guys have ever read his book. He talks about the meat helmet in his book. So, yeah, that's
What the hell is a meat helmet?
Well, you know what? We'll demonstrate on Jackie once the pandemic's over and she's here in the studio. We'll go ahead and we'll show Jackie the meat helmet. It's fine. So, but yes.
So anyway, I love Leo the White Lighter.
It's fine.
There was Leo, and then Penny. Penny was on there. Penny from Big Bang.
Yes, she was.
Yep, she was on there. It's like a lovely assistant or
That
some
was
shit.
Weird.
Yeah.
They jumped the shark a little bit with Penny.
Oh God, they jumped.
Yeah,
they jumped all the
they
sharks.
Yeah.
They jumped sharks and whales and
last legs by that time.
Oh yeah. Yikes! All right, hey, we're running out of time, and so
We have so much show left.
do we?
Yeah, we got to do just the tips.
Just that's what I was about to segue into, and let's do.
Question of the week.
Let's do
I
just.
hurt myself.
Did anyone answer the question of the week? Do we have any
2
responses?
people.
Okay, let's do just the tips. Let's get that tip in, and then
Hey,
yes.
people watching, go answer the question of the week, and we'll read it after.
Yep.
this.
Oh yeah. Anthony said he remembers the Alyssa Milano, the vampire movie. She did a couple movies where we saw some boobage.
Choice bits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Chris,
All right.
give us your
This is
tip.
All right. This is this is Agent Chris Fury with just the tips, a virtual con survival guide, the do's and don'ts. So COVID-19 canceled all your plans for, well, everything. But this also includes going to your favorite comic book convention. But worry not, agents. Most conventions decided to go virtual. So now that may not seem as exciting as walking the floor and meeting other cool con-goers or cosplayers, it still has just as many benefits as well. So here are some of the pros attending a virtual con.
I see what you did there. Pros and cons. And
So, number one, travel. Think about how much gas you'll save on traveling to an out-of-state convention. You don't even have to worry about being in a crowded car or even carpooling. Number two, hotel fees. You definitely don't have to worry about those hefty, jacked up prices or that snooty concierge that hotels give you for their stay in their fine establishments, let alone having to find out one of those hoity-toity places that still may not have enough room available for you or your company. Number three, no woes for your cosplay. Now, hear me out on this one. You've worked tireless hours on your latest cosplay to the point that you've even stayed up late the night before the convention to make sure you have everything in place. We call it con crunch. You don't even have
Stay
to
up
load
late.
it up in stay up
sleeps?
late.
Come on.
Exactly. You don't even have to load it up in your car or even travel far.
Oh, he's rhyming.
Oh yeah. It's a natural. It's a gift.
Hip hop fury. All right, I like it.
Yeah, hip hop fury. Number four, no walking hours on end on the convention floors. Trust me, your body will thank you later, which leads me to you can see any panel online without standing in line for long periods of time. That was number five. Number six, food. While it's fun to try out new restaurants when you're out and when you go to conventions, think about the money you'll save sitting at home and stuffing your face with whatever you want while at home. And number seven. Oh, there is no number seven. In conclusion, while the world is still in a perpetual tailspin, that is 2020, we can still look forward to 2021, we hope, with great hope and admiration. And here's the bright side to next year. You still have time to work on that great cosplay. So get out there, make yourselves proud. And until next time, with Just the Tips, this is Chris Fury.
Outstanding. Wait, hold on. I had to push it with my nose.
Be glad it was your nose.
All right, very good. Well, I said it was my nose. It could have been. It could have been just about
we
anything.
We don't know what's making that dog talk.
Well, this hand's got to go somewhere. All right, so question of the week. What was our question of the week, Jake Wellen?
Our question of the week was silly, scary, or sexy. What is your go-to Halloween look? And you put up a picture of like vinyl Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, I did, and that was 100% a political choice at that point because
that sounds like sweat and marinara.
Well,
that's not a good.
Well, it's sweat marinade. But it was so it was initially it was slutty, scary, or silly, right? And I was like, let me change slutty to sexy, and then because I knew that if I would have put up, pictures of, if you go to like partycity.com, there's like the first one I found was a sexy Ghostbuster, and it was like this little onesie, half unzipped, and the model had gigantic boobs, and she was probably a Ukrainian stripper who gets paid in cocaine and a work visa. But that was, and I know that if I would have posted that, there would have been so much backlash, but no one is going to fucking give me shit about, two half-naked homoerotic Italian plumbers, right?
Okay,
in theory.
Such a 90s drug.
They're brothers.
In theory.
They're brothers. All right, so.
Homoerotic.
Did you not see it? I'll send it to your. I'll slide up in your DMs, Mr. Deacon.
She's my sister.
Sure.
Wow.
Sure.
Well, I've seen that on online. The step sisters. It's always step siblings though.
No, it's from Rent. It's a musical theater thing. It's from.
Oh
Rent.
yeah, I don't know what that is. All right, so it looks like Jerry Jackson. Jerry Jackson says scary, rarely silly. So what about the rest of the panel here? What do you guys go for?
We only got 2 answers on the Facebook page. So if you're watching this right now, be looking out for the question of the week next week. We want to know your answers. We want to read your answers on here. But William Ware said he's all 3, and he posted a picture of his, like, creepy Uncle Sam with a hot dog t-shirt.
Oh, no, that's Sid Haig. Sid Haig from House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil Rejects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great movies.
Yeah. Great stuff. Great Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Oh, absolutely. He passed recently, didn't he, Sid?
Yes.
Yeah. Not recently, but like a couple of years ago, I thought he passed.
Yeah.
And what else did we get, Jake Wellen?
And Jason Fitch said, "Well, the plunger certainly scares me."
I don't think it does. He called attention to it. I don't think he's afraid. I think he's more curious than afraid, I would imagine. Yeah. All right, so
those are amazing answers. You're
welcome. So what about for those of you who are watching live right now, what are your go-tos? Sexy, silly, or scary? Looks like Anthony says silly. He did a pretty good Minion a few years back. And then of course Jerry said scary. He rarely does silly. Jake Quellen, what about you?
Well, what do you think my costume is right now?
Well, a little slutty, a little scary, and a little silly. Kind of all 3.
How am I being slutty right now?
I mean, I don't know.
It's the red hair.
It's the red hair.
Red hair.
Yeah, it's the red hair.
Just gives off the vibe.
But okay, so how
you would do anything for a donut. It's like that's just the vibe that you're giving off.
I don't even like donuts that much, okay? Give me some tacos, then we'll talk.
Oh, well, there you go.
No, I've worn 3 different costumes this week. For work, for a contest, I dressed up as the albino from Princess Bride.
Right, very good.
So
that was very nice.
Definitely not sexy.
Well,
it was complete with like
I'd put the scary, scare. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, it was good.
That's scary.
Especially when you're like pulling it off.
Yeah, you had the herpes there. Yeah, the herpes.
The herpes.
Yeah, it's kind of half. It was like half scary, half silly because like it was a random thing. And then I was Sarah Sanderson, but I was like casual Sarah. I wasn't like corseted Sarah Sanderson.
And who is that again? Sarah Sanderson
from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Sarah Jessica Parker's character in Hocus Pocus. And then today I don't know if I'm any of those things. I'm just random.
Okay.
I'm weird and I don't know why I'm like this.
Well, you know what? We could do a whole show about that. We could do a whole show about why you are the way you are. But I don't think we have time for that today. But so you are hipster Ariel. I get that. Oh, and looks like Mitch was wondering why Tommy's hiding. This is my Halloween costume. This is my Halloween costume. I'm not hiding. I'm just wearing well, anyway. All right, so Daddy Louie, how about you? Sexy, scary, or silly? I mean, today it's
for
probably
Halloween
silly
costumes. I'd say it's usually more on the silly side. I don't know if I've ever dressed as anything.
Dr. Horrible's pretty sexy. I don't know.
Oh, well, thank you. Because I have a PhD in horrible. While we're at it, I found this note on my desk that says the word R.
Oh, very interesting.
R. Yeah, so I would say silly for Halloween costumes.
Okay.
Can I say that my Halloween costumes are adorkable?
No.
I was going to say indeed. You can.
Oh, my God. All right, so moving on. Mr. Deacon, how about you? Sexy, slutty, or silly, or scary?
I don't like none of them categories right now, really. So I would just have to say, I guess I fucking look silly as fuck right now dressed as a goddamn Black Piccolo, I guess. Shit. but it is what it is. You know, so yeah, I guess I don't, scary, I don't do that. I used to, I don't do that, you know, the way I feel about things. I don't like demonic type stuff. I don't watch horror, so it ain't sexy. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. So I'm just gonna roll with the silly. That's the best thing I can do.
Well, I don't know. There's probably some cutie pie little Bulma out there who's looking at Black Piccolo right now like,
I should have dressed with Vegeta if I was gonna do that. Then.
Nah, she don't want Vegeta. She wants Black Piccolo.
looking like a snack, looking like a whole meal. Goodness gracious. Chris Fury, how about you?
It's not really scary, but I mean, the voice alone, I can make it scary. But I'm more like a casual. I'm like Deacon said. I do Luke Cage. I've done Black Panther. I've done Doctor Doom, which is probably close to scary. You know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do the scarred Doctor Doom, but that'll probably be the next step. Yeah, just kind of a casual, more comfortable than anything. Because let's face it, we're all cosplayers, so we already know while we try to dress to impress, we also are learning to dress for comfort. Right.
And you're a cosplay vet, so I mean, you definitely have gotten to the point in your cosplaying career where it's got to be about comfort.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be.
I feel like Chris jumping on me right now because he knows I ain't comfortable right now.
You can't reach. You can't reach.
It's getting a little heavy.
I can't reach, but.
All right. Well, that's
you got to dress for function. You got to dress for function.
It is. It's just one day I can do, man.
Yeah.
Tamara answered the question.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. We'll do that, and we got to jump into the inner circle here. But yeah, go ahead.
She said when she did Matt Foley, the motivational speaker, so that's silly. She's been Lilu, which is sexy,
super sexy,
and she did him sexy and scary.
Oh.
So she does what she likes.
Yeah, him is both sexy and scary.
I don't know what that is.
It's from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Shoulder pads.
Hello.
There is really someone. There's and I know him. There's a cosplayer who actually did Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
And Anthony says your light up Black Panther mask is sick.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
Oh,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're about to.
You?
What?
What about you?
What about
your
me?
Costume. You're Halloween. What are you?
The details of my life are quite inconsequential.
Your house, your whole yard is pretty scary.
Yeah, I prefer scary. I prefer absolute horrifying nightmarish terror. That's my I spent a long time learning and perfecting special effects prosthetic makeups. I really like applying like when we were living in Germany, I met a bunch of people that kind of took me into their coven, I guess. Not really a coven, but just a group of nerdy makeup artists. And they taught me how to do professional zombie type makeup, and I loved it. We did a bunch of fan films, and that's my thing. I just like to scare children. I love to hear them cry. I love the taste of their tears. Yeah, I think that's it. But I like scary.
Say it that way. I like the way the taste of their tears.
I like the way they taste their tears.
They suffice.
I love the sounds of their screams and their cries. I love when they cry out for their mothers, but the mothers are already gone. Anyway.
No.
Yeah. So like when we do the whole trick or treat thing, when we have the kids come to the house, we actually have, over the years, we've had to develop a separate candy area for all of the, I don't want to say sissies, but all of the sissy children. So they get
the snowflakes.
They get all of the watermelon now and laters and the Jolly Ranchers and the old Twizzlers from last Halloween.
What was that, Louis?
But if you can get past me, then you're getting full size candy bars. You're getting the chocolate. You're getting like a 1 pound bag of fucking M&Ms and Hershey's Kisses. So, but you got to earn that shit.
If I had a sweet tooth, I'd be over your house if I had a sweet tooth.
Yeah, you gotta.
God damn.
You got to earn that shit.
That baby. You want that Snickers.
Oh yeah.
You want that baby. You got to work for it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll
You
get
should
those
give
those jumbo Hershey bars.
Kids the atomic fireballs.
No, they get last year's
Like your
candy.
hair.
Some spice in their life.
Fireball right now,
Some
your hair.
spice in their life.
No, fuck that. They get last year's candy. That's it. That's it. And I might cough
You
on
have
it too.
left? Man, I would eat it all the next day.
Well, no,
See,
because
he's
when
that guy on the corner when we was kids, don't go over there, goddamn house. Don't go over there.
Oh, no,
You get
no.
Sorry, candy.
But-
we wouldn't fuck with you.
yeah,
We
but you
wouldn't
know
fuck
what?
with
You know what? Because
People
you're
pay
the
attention to
sissy.
your house.
You're the Nancy boy who wouldn't get through my cemetery graveyard and like, man, those motherfuckers just gave me fucking sour apple Jolly Ranchers, but
That's
But
not
Hey,
fuck it.
apples like-
See,
hey,
I'm
shit.
the chocolate guy. I would have been like, I'm like, it's scary over there, but then I'm sitting there like,
But chocolate.
They got Hershey bar.
I have
got
had
the
right?
I have had children.
Swallow your
No,
fear.
and you know what? I've had children that have come up because they knew that if they get through the cemetery, they're getting the chocolate. And these little kids were like, trick or treat, trick or treat. And then
You
I'm
ought to
putting,
be ashamed of yourself.
but I'm not even a little
Tamara
bit.
says you're a sick bastard.
Oh,
just
yes,
so
I
you know.
am.
Sick fuck.
Oh, I am absolutely sick. But I'll tell you what, then and here's the best part is at the end of the night, I'm still left with a shit ton of chocolate that I can consume on my own. And then when the kids come home, I ransack their bags too. They got to pay the fucking toll. They got to pay the price. Daddy
There's
gets to go
nothing-
through
there's-
first, and then I leave
Yeah.
them with all the fucking
You
bull.
don't need those Reese cups.
No, they do not. They'll rot their teeth. It'll rot their
I
fucking
do.
teeth. All right, we're out. We got to go. So for all of you joining us live, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for your support. We're about to jump into the Inner Circle now. What's the Inner Circle? Somebody asked. Well, the Inner Circle, head on over to patreon.com/Circle of Nerds, and you too can join the Inner Circle. Because now what we're going to do, we are going to talk about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. And because we love you and we respect you, we don't want to drop any spoilers on you. So we're going to go into the Inner Circle now. We've got a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about. Now, don't forget also, we've got a website. And over on our website, circleofnerds.com, we've got some merch. So if you like to get some of that awesome Circle of Nerds swag, or if you'd like to put some of our colorful characters here on your t-shirt, you'll have that option as well. We've got a sticker with our mascot Sam, who we need to feature more. We don't feature Sam nearly as much as we should. But we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies. There's hoodie guy, there's merch guy right there.
I'll know you want a shirt with my face on it.
Oh yeah, you can get that shirt with Jake Quellen's face. There's Sam right there. Daddy Louie is showing Sam for us right there. So you can get a Mr. Deacon shirt. You can get a Chris Fury shirt. You can get a Tommy D shirt, Daddy Louie shirt, Jake Quellen shirt. We've got shirts. We've got hats. We've got bandanas. We've got bandanas for your dog. We've got fanny packs. We've got mugs. We've got camping mugs. We've got a little bit of everything.
Circle of Nerds condoms.
Do we have a shirt with all of our logos on it?
No, I wanted one
Yes,
of them.
of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, we don't have.
We everywhere else. Why not have a Jimmy hat?
We don't have one of those yet. We don't have condoms yet. However, we do have beanies, and I guess you could wear a beanie as a condom, but then again, some of your juice might spill out because it's just a knit cap.
What
And-
the?
They're waterproof. They're
And it-
waterproof.
Wait, what?
Yeah. All right. So that's it. We're gone. We're on here.
Inner
We're
circle
derailing way
content.
too
It
much.
is inner. So now, of course, if you did manage to catch the safe word this week, make sure you write it down, remember it, and once you get the phrase that pays, shoot us an email, contact@circleofnerds.com, and we will then randomly draw from those correct answers and see who wins this awesome Mandalorian helmet, which will then be custom painted, one of a kind, just for you. All right. Anybody have anything on the way out?
Negative.
No? All right. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week. We absolutely appreciate you. And thank you for suffering through all of our technical difficulties. We're going to get it together here eventually. I mean, don't worry. We'll get it.
It's not as much fun if we have our shit together.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. All right, folks. So Inner Circle time. And as always, remember, if no one does anything nice for you, do something nice to yourself. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye. Where's the outro button? There it is.
Hit it so I can take this shit off.
But it's not. But it's not working. Of course. Why would it?
Let's sing it a cappella.
There's no.
What? Take the shit off?
There's no words to the outro.
No, we'll just make the sounds.
Who
can beatbox? Go.
I can't. It's just a black screen now. There's not. Wait. I don't know what's happening. Let me see if I can find the outro. This is just.
The audio was still there.
Do that.
Can I take this bullshit off, please?
Oh, there it is. All right, bye.
I couldn't remember how the outro went.